So it came out that the Miami Dolphins, Big G, are looking to trade Jalen Ramsey. Now, I don't really
Mhm.
understand why they're wanting to do that. The Dolphins have let's just say, a mediocre at best cornerback room. They don't
Mhm.
have very much depth. But then
Mhm.
you heard the general manager say, "We think this move is going to help us right now
Mhm.
and in the future." Huh?
Mhm.
And let me
Mhm.
just go over. I mean, Ramsey's a seven-time Pro Bowler, former All Pro. He rebounded well after a knee injury in 2023. I mean,
Mhm.
he played really good football last year. So I don't
Mhm.
know what the reasoning is. What I think it is that they got overextended at certain positions and they're just like, yeah, we got to get this number off the books.
Mhm.
Um, do you think the Steelers should go after Jalen Ramsey, Big G?
Absolutely, 150%. Yes, go get him. They've already so it's a $21 million salary hit this year for him.
Right.
They've already cleared 4 million of it because he's on a roster. So the roster bonus is already in play. So we're down to $17 million. I think that if the Steelers and Omar Khan and what he does and what he doesn't do, and Andy Waddle and what they do and don't do, they can negotiate some of that salary, bring that kid in opposite Joey Porter Jr. And man, we cooking with gas, man, because the pass rush, the defensive line, and everything is going to improve when you have top tier corners playing. And Jalen Ramsey had an injury. He might not be Jalen Ramsey that we were talking about Revis Island a couple of years ago, but Jalen Ramsey's still a dog.
Right.
Bring him in and put him at the corner opposite JPJ, and let's go. We cooking with gas. Let's play some football, bro. I'm with that.
That I am too. I'm right there with you. Here's the thing: Miami doesn't care about the dead money, Big G. Because I pulled up the contract, they would have to pay $49 million in dead money to trade him.
Yeah,
They don't care.
yeah, go get him.
I mean, they're saying, yeah, it doesn't matter to us what the dead money is. We just want draft picks. Now, here's a big question:
Mm-hmm.
what do you give up for Jalen Ramsey? Like what's the compensation that you're willing to give for a 31-year-old cornerback?
A third or a next year.
Yeah.
I give up a third or I give up a next year pick. I mean, because listen, in these negotiations, you got to go there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to stand on business and be like, look, if you really want to get rid of him that bad, we'll give you a third. Heck, I'd even talk, I come in lowballing them. We'll give you a fourth. And
Right.
then because you want to get rid of him. They want to do the same thing with Tyreek Hill. So let's lowball them. Let's see what we can do. But the max I'm giving up a third. I'll give it up for Jalen Ramsey. Yeah. Right now today, because guess what? We're gonna have quality play at them corners. And B,
Right.
we're gonna come out of that nickel maybe 58% of the time too. Because Jalen Ramsey he can do a lot of things, man. He can play the slot, he can play outside, but he's a serviceable blitzer in packages and schemes for the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. So yeah, let's go get him. Do whatever you need to do to get him. Bring him in, and let's play some football in Pittsburgh, bruh.
And that's the thing is they still wouldn't necessarily and this is the philosophy. It's like, do you address the position for the future,
Mm.
but how long is somebody's future really in the NFL? Like I talk
Mhm.
all the time, Big G, about the Steelers have to address the cornerback position. They can't
Mhm.
keep putting a band-aid on it. But how long is that? Because if you're thinking, okay, I'm going to draft a corner and he's going to be a Steeler for the next decade, that's not really realistic. You know,
Facts.
guys don't usually stay at teams 1 year. Now, you're going to find some of that. Don't get me wrong. But
Mhm.
10 years, that's a long time, man. That's a long time. I think
Mhm.
if you can get 3 to 5 out of somebody, you're doing good. Definitely at 31, because Ramsey's going to be 31 when the season comes around.
Mhm.
But I think it's a no brainer myself.
Yeah.
Third round pick. Now, in the chat's going crazy. The chat is saying that
Get him out of here.
that they want to trade Mika, Mika
No.
straight up for Ramsey. I'm like,
Mm-mm.
first of all, the Dolphins are not going to do that, man.
Mm-mm.
They're not going
Mm-mm.
to do that. But you give them a third round pick next year. I wouldn't even give them a third round pick this year. I was like, no, not this year. But you're going to have one next year. We'll be
Mhm.
more than happy to give one to you because while I would love Ramsey this year and he helps us this year, again, if we're only talking about a 3-year window with him, we
Mhm.
need to have that third round pick is more valuable than him being here for 3 years. You know,
Yeah.
potentially could be more valuable.
Yeah.
So next year, when we have an extra one, have at it. You can have
Yeah.
that one, but you can't have the one for this year. But I think it's a no-brainer that you go get Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah. I realize how much pressure, and B, I know you know, because we Steelers, man. We understand the complexity of the defense. But do you know how much pressure that takes off of Joey Porter Jr.? Do you
Yeah,
know how much pressure that takes off of our safeties as
yeah,
far as our defense is concerned? We know and we understand scheme. And listen, sometimes the scheme and the defensive calls is one thing, but you got to have the horses in the barn to get it done, bruh. And sometimes at that opposite corner, and even sometimes with JPJ, we don't act like we got that all pro corner that we've always had out there in Pittsburgh to play the scheme that we love to play in Pittsburgh. Bring Jalen Ramsey in. Matter of fact, he's going to show Joey Porter Jr. some things, get him better because iron sharpens iron. Put 2 and 3 guys, it's all the same thing around each other. Now you're improving the defense overall, man. Like you said, it's a no brainer. And I'm a lightweight be pissed if they don't do it. Because,
yeah.
like, come on, man, it doesn't make any sense. They want to get off of this dude. Go get him. And listen, all he got to do is call Minka. Be like, Minka, what's it like to come from Miami to be a Pittsburgh Steeler? You know Minka gonna sell him on it. So glad.
Right.
Come on, man. Come on, let's go, man. Get this dude in here. Get him into Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania ASAP.
And one of the things, is that if we have a Jalen Ramsey, then you're not going to have to play your safeties constantly deep and not have them in the mix. Like we
Mm-hmm.
didn't have Minka in the mix last year because they couldn't trust the corners. Well, you're going to
Mm-hmm.
have to trust the corners, especially if you went and made that trade. But again, I don't care. I mean, everybody thinks that 30 and 31 years old is old. It isn't. It's
Mm-hmm.
just not. Regardless of what people want to force you into making somebody old at 31 years old. If you're not playing old and Jalen Ramsey isn't playing old, then why
No.
do we have to make him old? I just don't get that, Big G. I never
Yeah,
have.
this ain't Patrick Peterson. This boy
No.
is still a dog.
Yeah.
Let's get him in. He's still a dog, man. You get him in there, he's gonna cause problems. So yeah, this ain't 31-year-old Jalen Ramsey. I'll take it all day and night and twice on Sundays.
Right.
Bring him into the building, improve the defensive backfield, put us in position to allow the front five or whatever you want to do. Drop Mink in the box. Hell, B, we could play some single high with Jalen and JPJ, and we got a whole bunch of slot corners. Play single high on them and go get the quarterback on the other end. So yeah, I'm man. All the people that's talking about they don't like it and all whatever else, y'all must like being in nickel 58% of the time and getting killed because I'm not with that. I want 2 big old corners out there causing problems, stopping the other teams opposing wide receivers to doing what they're doing, and let's play some football, man. Let's get back to that Blitzburg. And Ramsey can help us do that, B. He can help us do that, bro. I'm telling you, he can do it.
Right. Now, Joseph Donovan brings up a good question. He's in the chat, says that Ramsey's been playing in warm weather his whole career, so he's not going to want to come to Pittsburgh. Now, that part of that, not part of it, that part is true. He
Okay.
has. He played in Jacksonville. He went to L.A. Now he's
Mm-hmm.
in Miami. But as far as you brought up a good point, people think that he's like Patrick Peterson. No, he's not. Patrick
Mm-mm.
Peterson was done before he came to Pittsburgh. And then
Mm-hmm.
we brought him in, and then he was even worse. Jalen
Mm-hmm.
Ramsey's not done. Ramsey is not washed. And here's the thing, and chat, you're gonna have to come with me on this and answer this question: is that we want better football players when an opportunity possibly comes up to get better football players, then
Mm-hmm.
it's no, we don't want that guy. You'd rather take a chance on a rookie than a Hall of Famer? Like,
Mm-mm.
what are we talking about? It's like a couple weeks back, we had that conversation about Tyreek Hill. They were talking about trading him, and I think Miami is going to trade him, by the way.
Facts.
But if we could get this would be even before we got DK Metcalf. Oh, if we could get Tyreek Hill. No, we don't want Tyreek Hill. No way. We don't want him. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't want access to good football players. Just take a chance on a rookie. Just go ahead and take that chance. I just don't understand that mentality. You can't bitch about wanting good players, and then when you have access to those good players, no, not that good player. We want somebody else. We'd rather have a rookie. Makes
Mm-hmm.
absolutely no sense.
Yeah,
Absolutely no sense.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Do you want to win Or are you just I think some Steeler fans just want to be stuck in mediocrity so they can complain about Mike Tomlin and everything else that goes on out there. Listen,
Yeah.
I want to win. I'm Steelers first all day, every day. You can count it and book it. Let's win. So how you win, regardless of the scheme, you got to bring in the players. You need the dogs to get it done. Jalen Ramsey is him. Get him in the building and let's go, man.
Well,
Let's
in the
go.
chat, Topaz says a rookie with potential is better than a overpriced vet. Topaz, you got to watch more football, my man.
Yeah,
You got to watch more football if you think Jalen Ramsey's watched. That's all I'm going to say.
never.
Just
Mm,
watch more football and then come back. Because
mm,
if you believe that what he put on the field in 2024 equals washed, you got to watch more football. That's as simple as that. It's
yeah,
just that simple. You got to watch more football. So
that's facts.
and
That's
it
total
doesn't
fact, bro.
matter what next year's DB class looks like. It's like, hey, we signed this really good football player, but does that mean the Steelers can't draft a cornerback next year too? Like,
Mm-mm.
who tells you that because you signed a guy, you can't draft another guy at that position? Like, when does that work? How does
Mhm.
that work? I mean, it's not how that works, man. You're able to do that. You can draft guys even though you have people at that position. It's called building depth. Steelers
Mhm.
haven't been able to do that in a while, but maybe they would be in that position to be able to build depth. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay. Slay got signed for 1 year, by the way, Somber. 1 year.
yeah,
He's not here for multiple years. That's why.
yeah.
But
And
that's the
you
whole
can
point is that, you can do a lot of different things, but being opposed to having access to really good football players is mind numbing. It's only, well, if they don't fit in this little bitty box of exactly what I want, we don't want them. Don't sign them. Don't sign Jalen Ramsey because of next year's rookie class of DBs. I mean, it's that kind of nonsense that's gotten us here.
yeah.
I mean, what are we doing, Big G?
Ask the Philadelphia Eagles what it looked like when you got Darius Slay, and I forgot the other cornerback they had. Them boys went in the draft and got Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. And look what that turned into in last year's Super Bowl. Man, they made Mahomes look like he was back at Texas Tech because they got dog defensive backs back there. Now, the pass rush mattered too. But when you got dogs on the back end, nobody's getting open quick, bruh. When Jalen Ramsey, when we play like the Bengals and other teams that's got two dog wide receiver, who getting open, dog? I just want to ask you, who's getting open? T. Higgins and Jamar Chase ain't getting open with JPJ and Jalen Ramsey. They're gonna be causing problems, bruh. And that helps the pass rush. How you win in football is you put the quarterbacks behind on the ground. Well, if you can count 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, and he still got the ball and nobody's touched him, we got issues. And some of that is going to be in effect when you got cornerbacks that can hold him 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, and he's still looking. Oh, now somebody's gonna get home and crack his behind. So I'm always with. I like how people want to build line first and then backwards. Sometimes I like building DBs and then go this way because when you got the dogs in the backfield, ain't nobody getting no touchdown on you, man. Ain't nobody
Right.
get and they gonna throw a pick too, and that's what Jalen Ramsey's specialty is. Jalen Ramsey will catch one and get to the house. I done
Yep.
seen him do it on every level, every place he's ever played. I've seen him do it. So I'm with him, bro. I'm with
Right.
Jalen Ramsey.
You know, Luke Cage says big facts. You can't want to win, but not improve the roster. And then my
Mhm,
man Topaz, like I said, you got to watch more football because he's saying we aren't one DB fix away. Well, first of all, I don't think anybody's ever said that the Steelers were a one DB fix away. So
mhm,
because you're not a one DB fix away, that means, let's not sign the best guy available. Let's not try to get the best possible player available at the position. Let's not
mhm,
do that because we're not one player away. So let's not try to get the best players at that position. You see how crazy that is? Hey,
mm-mm,
we got a lot of holes that we need to fill. But one
mhm.
hole that we could fill it with one of the best players in the league at that position. Nah, let's not do that because we're not one player away.
Don't get
It's
it.
an insane mentality that I just can't get behind. I get mad at my school, Kansas State, because they have that same woe is me attitude that,
Mhm.
oh, we can't ever do this and yada, yada. I'm like, stop,
Yeah,
stop. Either
yeah,
you want to have good football players on your team or you don't. It's pretty
yeah,
much that simple. And if we
Mm,
have the opportunity to upgrade our roster, do we not want to upgrade the roster? Or do
yeah.
we want to say, well, hold on. We want to upgrade the roster, but we don't really want to upgrade the roster. Then we'll blame it on Tomlin. We'll blame it on Omar Khan for not having those players on the team. But then when we have the opportunity, no. Hold on. We don't want to do that.
Mm-mm.
Come on, chat. Be better than that, man. Be
Yeah.
better than that. Either you want to have a good team or you don't.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. It's just that simple. And people get locked in about the money. Teams have been figuring out the salary cap. The salary cap, they say it's a hard cap. You can manipulate that thing a million different ways, Big G.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can sign and do whatever it is you want. So don't get hung up on how much money somebody's making because they always figure it out the way they want to figure it out.
Yeah.
So at some point, we just have to stop and say, you know what? I want a good football team. I want the best possible players that we can get. That's it. Nothing
Mhm.
else. Don't come up
Mhm.
with all these excuses. Just have a team and have the best
Mhm.
team you can have, Big G. What are you doing?
I'm telling B, they don't want these. I want dubs, dog. Give me some W's. I listen, that's how you win. And you win W's when you got dogs. Dogs equal W's. Dogs equal chips. Let's get dogs to get dubs to get chips. That's what I'm with. All the rest of that nonsense, people are being pessimistic. And I question their faithfulness to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'll leave you alone right now, chat, but don't get G turned up because it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly because they don't want to hear it. B sort of gave you like the G-rated version just now. Like you don't want to hear the X-rated version of this thing, man, because you're talking nonsense. We want to win, bro. Let's get dubs and win. So bring Jalen in the building, please. Steelers Nation, if you're listening to us, if you hear us, Omar Khan, Andy Waddle, make a call to Miami and bring that boy in there, man. Let's get some dubs and let's win, man. Let's
Here's
win.
the thing. They're not going to do it because the
Mm-hmm.
Steelers don't do that,
Mm-hmm.
but it would be a mistake. Flat out. If the Steelers had an opportunity to get Jalen Ramsey and don't,
Mm-hmm.
it would be a mistake. Now, I'm not saying somebody doesn't outbid them or something, but what I'm saying is if they say, hey, they call Miami and Miami tells them, whatever deal, third round pick next year, we'll take it. And the
Mm-hmm.
Steelers say, you know what? No, we don't want to do that. It would be a mistake.
Facts.
Flat out, it would be a mistake because I
Mm-hmm.
don't care what you say. There's not going to be anybody that we draft in next year's third round that's going to be as good over the next 3 years as what Jalen Ramsey is going to bring you. Potentially, anyway. And that's potential on both sides. What would you rather bet on? A guy that's going to the Hall of Fame, that's still in his prime, or a guy that's never taken an NFL snap
B,
with a
there ain't gonna
third
be
round
nobody.
pick? That's
There ain't gonna
all
be
I'm
nobody.
saying, people. That's all I'm saying.
There ain't gonna be nobody in the first round that's as good as Jalen Ramsey next year. What do you mean? What they
No,
ain't no the draft class next year ain't got dogs like that in the corner. Come on now.
correct.
Let's tell some facts. You know how we get down over here. Next year's draft class, even projectionally. No, stop it. It is not that great at corner. So especially as good as Jalen Ramsey. Come on, man. Stop it. Let's
Right.
go on, man. Because we'll keep going off and going off and going off, man. I can already feel it in this, man. We got to
Well, yeah,
we
we can move on because we got people now. Oh well, now we got bad play calling and got okay. So now it's the staff. So you
Mhm.
don't want to have good players on the football team because you think the staff is bad. That could be one of
Mm-mm.
the dumbest statements that I think I've heard in my entire life. Hey, let's not get good football players because the staff is not any good. Wouldn't it
Mm-mm.
make the staff's job easier if the players were all really, really good? Then the
Yeah,
staff doesn't have to do as much. They don't
yeah,
have to coach as much. Wouldn't that be right? Or you just want to say, you know what? Screw it. That we don't want the best possible players that we can get because the staff isn't any good.
yeah.
Again, could very well be the dumbest statement that I think I've heard in my life in since this chat has started. I can't believe it. I
Mm-mm.
can't believe it. And because those are the type of people you said it earlier, Big G. They're not real Steeler fans.
No.
They're not real Steeler fans. People that are,
Mm-mm.
well, our staff isn't any good. Well,
Mhm.
okay, so then get the best players you can get. And
Mhm.
again, you didn't hear me say that the staff was good. I didn't tell you that because I don't
Mhm.
believe that.
Mhm.
But I do say if the staff isn't good, you know who makes staffs really good? Really good football players.
Facts.
I mean,
That's facts.
how good was Bill Belichick until Tom Brady was his quarterback?
Facts.
People talk about Bill Walsh being one of the greatest offensive minds ever. Well, who was his quarterback?
Yeah.
I mean,
Montana.
really good football players make coaches really good.
Mhm.
So again, I get it that we're pessimistic and all this nonsense. I totally understand we're a jaded fan base because of the nonsense that has gone on. But here, I try to flip that around because I don't like the self pity, woe is me attitude. I
Mhm.
apologize for going on a rant, people. That's just my rant.
Mm. That's good.
So,
We all good. Let's go, man. But listen, be them same fans. As soon as we get him, they're gonna be like, "We got Jalen Ramsey." Well, just wait, bro. Just wait. It's gonna be hilarious. And we'll revisit this show. We might even have to clip that out and play like 3 minutes of it and be like, "I thought y'all said that y'all didn't want." Now everybody's super happy because we got him. So yeah, come on, man. We already know what we're dealing with, man. We
yeah,
already know. Yeah.
that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. No, everybody that tells us the truth, you're not telling us the truth. You're
Mm-hmm.
just being a fake fan. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
No big deal.
Mm-hmm.
We get it. We
Mm-hmm.
get it.